All right, there's only a couple things you have to do with the weight shift to make golf really easy. Now I'm gonna get to this little red device at first, but before I get there, let me talk about the number one thing that I see that makes things hard. So the weight shift, every single good player that's ever played this game does a couple things in common. They get a pressure shift, or they feel some pressure in the right foot going into the backswing, very early in the backswing. And then number two, they start to shift their weight to the left. They increase the pressure on their left foot as they start the downswing, and then that continues all the way into the finish. So as they finish on their follow through, that weight's gonna get to the left. Every single player from Ben Hogan to Tiger Woods, the great players at your local club, they all do that. Now there's one big misconception here that we don't wanna do. We don't wanna start, and what a lot of times I'll see people do is they say, well, you know, if I wanna get my weight to my left, why don't I just start with my weight on my left? And then I'll just keep it there the entire time. I'll just eliminate one of the variables. This will make things a whole heck of a lot easier, and I'll just play some solid golf. Well, the issue with that is you have to get a little weight shift to the right to create power. And your body knows this subconsciously. Even if you've hardly ever picked up a golf club, it kind of feels, I have to get my weight to the right to get some speed. And what you'll end up doing if you try to keep your weight left, as you go into the backswing, your body, without you even realizing it, will shift that weight to the right, but it's going to the right way too late. Now when you're starting your downswing, your weight's still on your right side, you'll end up falling back. That's gonna be the shot that you kind of drop kick or just inconsistent contact. Or you'll fight like heck to get to the left, but it'll be way too late, and you'll feel really out of time, really out of sequence. Your rhythm will be gone. It'll feel like your hands, arms, and body and club are all just disjointed, you could call it. So very simple drill to get rid of this. I like to put this little eye-line golf, and they sent me this a few years ago. I don't get any commission for this. I don't even know what this thing's called. It's called the balance rod, and I like it a lot for feeling where your weight is. You could take a rolled up towel. You could take a thicker alignment stick, or I even used to use one of those like 1/2-inch wooden dowels you can get from a home improvement store, and you can use whatever you want to. So you don't have to have this. I just had it laying around and I like it. The reason I like this is because it takes a little pressure off my feet to where I can feel if I'm going heel and toe, and I'm also, where it's just different, I'm much more aware of how I'm shifting my weight. So with this, what I want to do is I want to set up with my weight early on my right side. You'll see a lot of good players will even, and I'll kind of change my alignment here slightly, will even start with about maybe 60% of their weight on the right side to even get going. You'll notice with me, I'll even pick up my left toe to start my swing. It's just a trigger that I don't even realize I'm doing. And when I do that, that automatically kind of gets my weight shifting to that right side early. Now you should feel like most of your pressure is on your right side by this early in your backswing. Now from there, all you're gonna do is shift your weight to the left before, not after, but before you start your downswing, and then continue left all the way on through. So it's really simple. Just start with your weight on your right side, shift to the left before you start your downswing, and then swing to the finish. So I'm starting right, I'm shifting left, then I'm swinging down. That's really all you have to do to get the proper weight shift from right to left. There you go, and you can see I'm getting my weight to my left side, then I'm making my downswing. So a little messy out here today. I'm gonna chew up the turf a little bit. That's piece number one. Piece two is not to get to your toes early. This is something that a lot of players do that can cause a lot of problems. So what happens when I get to my toes early, and what I mean by that is, in my backswing, I'll get to my right toe. So if you imagine this is kind of the balance rod, if I go to my toes, I'm getting on this side of the rod. If I go to my heels, I'm getting on that side of the rod. So this would be toes, this would be heels. So in the backswing, if I get to my toes, I'll tend to stand up out of my posture. And on the downswing, as I shift to the left, if I get to my left toe, then I'll stand up out of my posture and I'll start to flip the club. I'll start to get my rear end moving toward the ball and causing a lot of problems there. Here's what we want to feel. In the backswing, again, when I'm getting that weight shift to the right, I want to get it on my heel early. So if this is both of my feet, I want to feel like this is my right foot. I'm getting it to the heel of my right foot early. And then as I shift my weight to the left before I start my downswing, I'm going to flip-flop that. So in the backswing, I'm kind of doing this. In the downswing, I get to my left heel early and my right foot goes up. So here's the backswing, this way. Here's the downswing that way. So it's kind of switching heel, toe. So in my backswing, my heel is putting pressure on the ground. My toe almost comes up a little bit. My toe's on the ground here. I'm exaggerating here. I shift to the left and I reverse that. Now my right toe goes to the ground, my left heel goes to the ground. So I'm just doing this whenever I'm making my backswing. I'm doing this when I'm doing my downswing, and that allows my hips to rotate. If I keep my feet flat on the ground, my hips aren't gonna rotate, and again, I'm gonna feel like I'm all arms. My arms and my body aren't working together. So I like to make a few little practice swings here. Line this up just a little bit more to the left. And this isn't gonna be perfect alignment here today. I know I'm not really taking the time to get it all exactly where I want it to be. But here, I'm doing this in the backswing. So early. I'm not waiting until back here to get it to my right. I'm doing it early here where my heel goes in the ground on my right foot. As I shift to the left, my heel of my left foot goes to the ground, then I swing down. So again, watch how I don't come to my toes early. I stay in my posture, and this little training aid or a rolled up towel will help me to do that. There we go, couldn't hit one much better than that. All right, so to recap, get to the right early. Most people get to the right way too late. Start with your weight on your right side. Then get your weight to the left early also. Get your weight left, then make your downswing. If you do that, that's gonna get your right to left weight shift turned out. You're gonna be playing great golf. Number two, don't get to the toes. I wanna make sure in my backswing, my right heel, and again, very early, my right heel goes into the ground this early in the swing. I feel like it's starting. I can almost preset my weight in my right heel, then make my backswing. Then number two, as you shift to the left before you swing down, get to your left heel. Let this weight pressure be there. Now, really this is just another way of talking about what we call the power turn in the top speed golf system. If you want to hit it far at all, you're going to have to load up you're going to have to turn your shoulders. So when I get that heel going in the backswing, that allows my hips to turn, that allows my shoulders to turn, and I'm really loaded. Notice how there, now that my body's rotating, it's really easy for me to get that 90-degree shoulder turn. If I keep my feet flat on the ground, there's no way to get that shoulder turn because I'm just all hands and arms. I'll end up picking it up and losing tons of distance. Now I have a great video that's going to walk you through a couple secrets with that power turn. Some other things that you really need to know to loosen it up. So if you're tight, if you don't feel very flexible, if you feel like you have a tough time completing your backswing, you're going to want to know these couple key points or it's going to be difficult to do. So I'm going to play a preview of that video here in just 1 second. All you need to do is go ahead and click the card that pops up on the screen. Or if you don't see the card, don't worry about that. There's a link down below in the description and you'll get instant access. So I can't wait to share with you a couple of those secrets to really help you load your body up and hit it a whole heck of a lot farther. Let's go and get started. Most of the instruction out there today is killing you of your power. The things that they're telling you to do can make you hit it shorter, and worse than that, not even any more consistent. I'm gonna go over some of the real secrets to powerful, consistent golf in this video. Let's go and get started. So here's some of the keys into making that happen. If you wanna incorporate this in your swing, let me break it down exactly what you should do. Number one, let's focus on the belt buckle. This is another big misconception. I want to keep that belt buckle facing the ball so I can really stretch out my midsection and really get loaded up. I'm not a big fan of that. That's really going to kill your distance. In your backswing, I want to feel like that belt buckle rotates to the right and you really let your hips and legs be loose. Notice how my legs are moving here. I'm not trying to keep those rigid and tight, or I'm really just taking all the speed out of my swing. All right, so on that one, I really felt like I let my belt buckle rotate back. And a good key to this is feel like your knees are loose. Feel like when you make your backswing. Piece number two, let's go ahead and rotate our shoulders. When I let my lower body rotate, my upper body can rotate a lot better also. So if I let my hips move, my shoulders will move more. So here, once I've got my hips working well, I'm gonna add to that my shoulders making a big rotation. On average, on the PGA Tour, players are getting about 120 degrees of shoulder rotation. I don't see hardly anybody getting less than 90 degrees. So it starts with the hips, knees nice and loose, allow the belt buckle to rotate, and then from there, so those are two really big keys. But here's the truth. there's one thing, and if you don't do this correctly, nothing else is gonna work.